So the idea for this video actually came to me because of some of the confusion that has surfaced from my how to buy Bitcoin video. And this video is by no means trying to discourage you from investing in Bitcoin. However, I just want to make sure you're doing it correctly, and you might actually not be investing in Bitcoin if you think you are. And I'll explain what I mean. So basically, here's the big problem with investing in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not like a stock. If you buy a stock of a company, this pays you dividends and you can later sell this stock for a higher price, ideally. Bitcoin works in that you can buy it and sell it for a higher price later, but it's not going to pay you anything during that time. So people who are putting all of their money in Bitcoin, they're not actually growing their wealth. They are just storing their money in a different form of currency. So this would be the equivalent of if I took, let's say, $1 million United States dollars and I switched it for euros, however many euros I got. Is that investing? Not really. I'm just transferring it from one currency to another currency, and that is exactly how Bitcoin works. Now, a lot of people get into Bitcoin because they don't think of it quite like another country's currency, and that's because these other countries' currencies are also fiat currencies, and that's just a currency defined by the government as an official currency used for trade. So there's a lot of similarities between Bitcoin and gold, so people often think of Bitcoin more like gold as opposed to another country's fiat currency. So an example of a similarity between Bitcoin and gold is that it's very hard to create and there is a finite amount. The government can't just be like, oh yeah, we're going to create a bunch of new Bitcoin. That's because there has to be a lot of work put into this Bitcoin, and the rate at which new Bitcoins are put into circulation is constant on average. But the problem here is that even if you think of Bitcoin as gold, this is still probably not an ideal investment. And I know I'm going to get a ton of argument comments in the comment section below, but if you just think about it, if you put all of your money in gold, this gold does not do anything for you. This is not putting your money to work. Your money's not working for you. Instead, you are just preserving your wealth. So a lot of people that are really into the gold, they are using it as an avenue to basically store their wealth if the currency that they currently use, such as United States dollar, was to crash. Well, they still have all of that gold, which has always been valuable and probably always will be valuable. It also increases in value as inflation goes up, so you don't have to worry about your money getting worth less and less and less over time. But if you're trying to invest to make your money work for you or build extra income streams or ultimately retire early, gold is not the avenue that's going to make that happen. People who invest in Bitcoin are basically speculating that the price of Bitcoin is going to go up. Therefore, they are going to get a return on their investment. The same way, if you were to buy gold, you're hoping or assuming that the price of gold is going to go up. But again, that is speculating, especially when it comes to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has only been around for a much shorter length than gold, and it is extremely, experimental, because nobody really knows the future of Bitcoin. So yeah, that means there's probably very high potential for the price to increase, but we don't know that for sure. So if you're going to buy Bitcoin and your goal is to just hold it and just wait as long as possible in hopes that the price goes up, then I would really encourage you not to invest 100% of your money in Bitcoin, because that's a very, very high risk investment and it doesn't offer any dividends or return while you are holding this Bitcoin. So when you think of Bitcoin investing, I don't want you to think of investing like you would think with a Roth IRA or a 401k or even an exchange traded fund like something you might do on the Robinhood app, link in the description. Instead, you should think of it as exchanging currencies. Whether you visualize that as exchanging United States dollars for euros, or if you see it as exchanging United States dollars for gold, either way, that is how the Bitcoin transaction works. Now, Bitcoin trading, that is a little bit different, and that basically takes advantage of the volatility of the price, where you can buy low, sell high, and do that very rapidly, all within, 1 day's time, and make profit off of those price changes. But that is an entirely different beast. So in conclusion, let's just go through a simple example of where someone might take all of their retirement and invest it in Bitcoin, and I've heard of plenty of people doing that. The issue with this is that they're no longer going to get growth that they would normally get if they were investing in a Roth IRA or whatever it might be, because those stocks produce dividends. And they basically took that and put it all into another currency which may or may not go up in value. So if you want to invest in Bitcoin, here's what I recommend. Take a portion of your portfolio to invest in Bitcoin, and don't necessarily expect it to put money back in your pocket, because you're not going to get money back in your pocket until you sell. So you should expect to hold this Bitcoin and see the value of it grow over time. But that's a whole lot easier if you're only investing 5-10% of your entire portfolio instead of investing 100% of your retirement funds. So don't do that. A lot of financial people will say don't even go anywhere towards Bitcoin. And I'm not necessarily saying that. All I'm saying is just be wise and don't put all of your eggs in one basket, especially when that basket provides no income and may or may not go up in value. So that's all I got for you guys. Stay tuned for some other videos, because I'm going to be releasing a video on how to get started with trading on Bitcoin, as well as just talking about the difference between holding Bitcoin and trading Bitcoin, and probably some other cool stuff. So hit subscribe, because I want to get this channel to 1 million subscribers. Could really use your help. And let me know if you guys got any comments or questions. Leave them in the comments section below. Peace out. Thanks, guys.